Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show. Real talk, big opinions, and fearless conversations. From the front lines of politics to the latest in pop culture. From breaking sports headlines to the stories that move the world. Nothing's off limits, and nobody's holding back. Arrington Gavin is here to break it down, build it up, and keep it all the way real. So turn it up, lean in, and let's get into it. This is the Arrington Gavin Show.
Hey, what's happening, y'all? Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day. Whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz, look, we're diving deep and keeping it real. So please do me a favor, kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. On today's conversation, President Donald Trump pardons one of his buddies and supporters. A former Major League Baseball player, Daryl Strawberry, has recently been pardoned. In addition to this story we'll be sharing with you all today, Steve Bannon, I mean, can he just sit down somewhere? Can not sit down somewhere? Can he go sit down somewhere? Because he is the one that keeps on bringing up the whole third term this, third term that. And you know, at the time, President Trump teased it. He enjoyed it. He loves to hear that, right? Because he loves when people brag on him. He loves to get praised 24/7, right? It's a bit weird, but that's what he loves to do. And so, by law, it's unconstitutional for him to run a third term. But Steve Bannon is basically saying, if we don't have a third term, we're gonna probably have to be getting arrested and going to jail again. And I'm like, because you know, Steve Bannon was one of the individuals that stormed the Capitol. So we'll talk about that a little later on too. Also, still so many folks are just so many, I guess you can say, people of wealth, billionaires. They are not happy about this recent victory of Zohran Mamdani as the next New York City mayor. So New York billionaire John Catsimatidis, who's also a media owner, he owns the radio station WABC, which is a predominantly conservative talk radio station, very popular in New York City. He threatens to cut workforce and move to Florida. So we have that and more here on the Arrington Gavin Show. As always, my friends, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule, tuning in, taking 1 hour of your time to chop it up with your homie. For those who are watching us right now on YouTube, do me a favor, like, subscribe, share with a friend, share with family. I truly appreciate it. We want to keep growing those subscribers as well as viewerships. We see growth each and every day, so we want to keep that momentum going. And just again, please share with friends that are and share with family that is looking for, to add a new show to their list of programs that they love to watch or listen to, because not only can you watch us on YouTube, you can also watch us watch past episodes on Goatverse TV. Ways you can check out those episodes is simply by downloading the Goatverse TV app. Is free. It's available on the App Store, Google Play Store, Roku, as well as Amazon Fire TV. In addition to that, you can also listen to us on the go. We're available on all major podcast platforms. Wherever you listen to your podcast, you can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show. And then lastly, you can also check us out on the radio airways. We're proud to be a part of a few radio stations around the nation. We have our friends over in New Orleans, WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about. You can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show weeknights at 7 p.m. Central Time. Again, that's only on WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about. Then we're also going to move it on to the Metro Atlanta area to WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk. You can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show weeknights at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk. And then lastly, you can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show in the Houston, Texas area by way of Afro Vibes Radio. That's right, Afro Vibes Radio. You can tune in Saturdays at noon, 12 p.m. Central Time, and that's only on Afro Vibes Radio. So look, multiple ways you can tune into the show. Let's see, before we head to a commercial break, we're going to do our quick segment. What is this role and Why is it important? All right. So today's role, political role that is we're still currently in the state government. We're still in the state government portion of this segment. Today's position is the lieutenant governor, the lieutenant governor's position. So lieutenant governor is second in command, often presides over the state senate, okay, which is pretty much the president of the state senate, okay. Uh they often assume governor's duties if the governor is absent or leaves office. So similar to the VP, all right, similar to the vice president role. You have your your top tier individual, and then you have the person who's second in command, and they're second in command. I was honored to have interviewed. I'm actually working on getting a follow up interview with newly elected lieutenant governor elect Gonzala Hashmi, who recently just won a historic race in the state of Virginia, as being elected as the first Muslim American to win a statewide office, as well as the first Muslim American to win to become the lieutenant governor of Virginia. So a lot of firsts, a lot of history. We was honored to have her on the show, and we'll be even more honored to have her on hopefully very soon. So again, my friends, that's our segment. We love to do this one because we love to have fun here on the show, but we also want to continue to educate. We want to continue to educate our people, our culture, folks that are that doesn't have the knowledge of government, local, state, or federal. So we want to continue to help, just build that avenue, build that bridge, so you can start having an understanding, knowing exactly what position, what are they serving, this and any other. So I got you. No worries. All right, my friends. Look, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna head to a commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We got a lot more show for you. You're listening to the Arrington Gavin Show.
Symone Learning Institute, LLC, is a hybrid learning center that strives to educate adults and children in all fields. During the day, we offer programs that are focused on developing students from pre-K to 12th grade, which includes tutoring, homeschool co-op, an after-school program, SAT, ACT prep, and many more engaging academic programs. Our adult education programs include workforce trainings, GED prep, life coaching, various seminars, and many more. Our vision is to train and educate in a positive way that will lead to a positive change in the world, one person at a time. For more information, visit us online at JazarenLearningInstitute.com or call us at 757-208-7407.
Let me tell you something most people get wrong about suits. A suit isn't just about you wearing it. It's how you show the world who you are. It's your handshake before you say a word, your presence when you step into any room. That's why we design statements at Dapper Luke. We don't just make suits. We'll start with the fabrics that tell your story, luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends sourced from the finest mills in Italy, the UK, and India. Then we'll combine that with your vision, your personality, and your style. Every detail is tailored to you, from the fit to the finish. Whether for your wedding, a gala, the boardroom, we specialize in creating custom suits that are unique, just like the men who wear them. We spent years perfecting this craft, apprenticing other designers in New York and showcasing collections in New York and for Baltimore Fashion Week. None of that matters as much as seeing the look on your face when you try on your custom suit. Over 900 clients have already trusted us to deliver the best custom suits. They trust me to deliver the confidence. We proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore and would be honored to bring your vision to life next. Let's create something unforgettable. Book your free consultation today at www.dapperluke.com.
Order your beard care products with Rugged Evolution. We're your local beard care line that supports the maintenance of your full, mature beard. Our line includes conditioning shampoos, moisturizers, balms, oils, shaving lotions, and exfoliating soaps. These products moisturize, hydrate, nourish, and have all the natural ingredients for a healthy beard. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. And remember,
Rugged is the new smooth.
All right, ladies and gents, welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show. I'm your host, Arrington Gavin. Look, I want to continue on sharing the news about the recent case that made national news involving a school teacher in Newport News, Virginia, who was shot by one of her students who happened to be 6 years old. Okay, point blank range, shot her in the chest. She's very, very fortunate and blessed to be alive, but she is horrific damage to her body. And long story short, they had the case in Newport News, Virginia, which I happen to be a lifelong Hampton Roads resident. So Newport News is maybe 45 minutes away from where I live, and it shook up the area. It shook up the Hampton Roads area. Obviously, it shook up the nation, because they're like, what in the world? How could a 6-year-old kid come to school, bring a gun, threaten his teacher, and not only threaten but capitalize and gunning down her, shooting his teacher? Like, it was a lot. But the verdict was in, and the teacher was awarded $10 million in the jury verdict. Now, the initially the case was, she was suing them for I believe the city as well as the school board for $40 million. Now, me personally, I'm not satisfied with 10. No, especially when the permanent damage that it has put on my well-being, post from PTSD for sure. She will never go back to teaching. This girl was a Abby Zeward, Abby, I believe it's Zerner. She was a new teacher, fresh out of college, wanting to pursue her dream as a teacher, and that all went to crap after this incident happened. So the most disgusting thing is that she was bringing it to the attention of her superiors, her supervisors. She brought it to the attention of the assistant principal, who's the former assistant principal of the elementary school, Ebony Parker, and it says here, for nearly 2 weeks in the hospital, required 6 surgeries, and does not have the full use of her left hand. Bullet narrowly missed her heart and remains in her chest. I mean, $10 million? I'm sorry, I'm not satisfied. Now, the former assistant principal was the only defendant in the lawsuit. Judge previously dismissed the district's superintendent and the school principal as defendants. Now, the shooting sent shockwaves, obviously, through this military shipbuilding community. And yes, Newport News has the largest, it has one of the largest naval shipbuildings. I'm sorry, at the shipyard. Yeah, the shipyards are in Newport News. But others from harm after being told about the gun. Zuner's attorney said Parker failed to act in hours before the shooting after several school staff members told her that the student had a gun in his backpack. After several, okay? Who would, and this is her quote. Well, this is a quote from Zuner's attorney. Who would think a 6-year-old would bring a gun to school and shoot their teacher? It's Dr. Parker's job to believe that is possible. It's her job to investigate it and get to the very bottom of it. Now, the sad part is, and this is not a bashing, Miss Parker time here, but because here's the thing. How many you have to think of the number of school shootings that we have, watched on our heard about on our TV screens that we heard that was done that has been done, you know, throughout the years here in the United States. Think of the number of school shootings. How many of those school shootings involve a 6-year-old as being the shooter? That's my thing. I think we do have to have some. It's hard because a part of me wants to give grace to Miss Parker because again, I don't know how long she's been assistant principal. Obviously, to be assistant principal, she had to work in the school system for quite some years to be promoted to assistant principal. But this is something that is way, 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 way out of ordinary. Is it it's out of the norm. It's out of the norm to say, "Oh yeah, you gotta watch out for that 6-year-old because 6-year-olds know how to." And see, this is my thing, and I've spoken with folks that has said, "Yeah, my kid knows how to use a gun, and they're 9, or they're this and they're that." Now we've heard stories about unresponsible gun owners leaving their guns or weapons in a place where their kids can easily take it and play with it, and then they might get themselves hurt. So we've heard those stories, but at the end of the day, the, there's obviously issues going on in this child's household. I mean, shame on the parents or the parent um who was his legal guardian, right? Because someone had to teach him. Someone had to teach him. And just no guidance whatsoever. But at the end of the day, to the professional side of me is saying, shame on Miss Parker. The professional side of me is saying, if a teacher, not one, but multiple staff members come up to you, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You just there to collect a check? You have to do better. You have to do better. Now, and it's sad to say, but just the America we live in is different. We have to pray for this nation every minute, not even every day, every minute, because we have so many issues happening in our world. And so we just gotta do better. That's all I gotta say. We just have to do better. Um, as I mentioned, Zoomer won her case. I believe I don't know what's going to be next for her. I hope that she just, you know, can recover fully, which I know will be difficult. I know it'll be difficult, but just I pray that she can, recover from this. I'm happy that she is, received this money. This is a life changing, especially for someone her age. But hopefully she can, you know, may have a little bit invest in, make wealth. Maybe become an advocate or start a foundation that can help benefit, safety protocols or safety in schools. Because I know as of right now, um, the elementary schools, the kids have to wear clear backpacks. Clear backpacks. That's how. That's the word. And it might be for grades, elementary, all the way up to middle school or high school. Correct me if I'm wrong for those who are listening to this, but that is a big deal. At the end of the day, I just wanted to finish because I didn't have the opportunity to finish this story with you on the last show. So, again, I know the big question is what's next for Miss Parker. Um, Personally, I think her career in education is pretty much done. Um, you know, she would never be a principal or anywhere. And if it happens, and here's what. I know for sure it's not going to happen in the school systems in Virginia or Newport News, right? In the public school system. I don't think it can happen in a different state because this made national news. They're going to read the record and look at the back and be like, wait a minute. Yeah. No, that's not going to happen. So, got to do better. That's all I can say. Got to do better. Let's go ahead and switch over to another story here. So, Raven Symone was recently on a podcast with what is this gentleman's name? Somebody Kennedy. Jamie Kennedy. Comedian actor Jamie Kennedy. I remember him from a movie called Malibu's Most Wanted. That was a classic film. But he's I think that's the only film that I remember seeing him in. He did a movie called Son of the Mask. Remember the Jim Carrey film, cult classic, I believe so, The Mask. Well, Jamie Kennedy did a basically a sequel to it where his son had it was pretty weird. It was a very, very, very dumb spinoff. It was not good at all. But anyway, he has a podcast that he was talking recently with all around just entertainer. I can't even say just actress. Raven Symone is a powerhouse. But she was on his podcast and they were talking about Bill Cosby. Here's what they had to say in regards to the legendary America's Dad kind of turned disgraced predator because he went to jail for a sexual assault and drugging women, and he's now out, but that put a huge dent in his career. But this is what they had to say.
Oh, when something so horrific happens.
Do you?
Because that was the biggest show for everybody listening. Biggest show sold in syndication.
I still got checks off of it.
Before Seinfeld. Like,
period.
There's so many things that I'm going to just say, there's so many things that Bill Cosby pioneered and literally broke the wall. I mean, this is what's crazy. Like, yeah, he was a monster on this side, but he was a monster creatively.
Both
can be true.
Both can be true. Separate the creator from the creation.
100%.
And that's just where I live. You have to because the creation changed America, changed television.
1000%. So when something so horrific happens,
do you?
And I've repeated the same thing that Raven has said. For not just Bill Cosby, but for other folks, like for example, R. Kelly, right? Or even Sean Diddy Combs. Like there's been multiple entertainers that have done wrong, broke the law, X, Y, and Z. Now I've always said this: separate the person from the art form or what they brought to the table in their genre. Right. I'm not a R. Kelly fan. I'll be honest. I was probably one of the only black people in America that was like, I was never crazy about it. Now, obviously I danced to the songs when they were always played at like cookouts or weddings, but I was never dying as, I want to go to R. Kelly concert. I was not that person. I was really not that person. For me, I don't listen to his music. Nor do I want to listen to his music now, because for what he did, to me, kind of grossed me out, because I'm like, okay, who is he singing this song to? Where do you get the I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Where do you get the inspiration, behind the song title or the word? Like, who is he singing this to? And that's why I personally don't listen to R. Kelly's music like that. But there's still a lot of folks that will forever listen to his music. They say, look, what he did was wrong. I can't take away the fact that this is a good song. I mean, there's countless of people who have, especially when it comes to the music world, but that's another story. Now, Bill Cosby, though. Bill Cosby, the Cosby Show was it still is to this day one of the most legendary, iconic sitcoms, not just in Black America, but in America. It depicted a family of prominence, wealth, education. Every single every single child of there was uh, 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 educated, smart, beautiful, the whole 9 yards, successful. Uh, uh, the comes from a two-parent household where they all their children was theirs, doctors, lawyers. I mean, it was living where were they living in Harlem or something, living in New York. I mean, beautiful, beautiful. And it was something that always warmed your heart and humbled you. And that was a sitcom like that always kept the train rolling for the Black community as far as motivating. I know they can do it. It gives me hope that we can also do it. And we just kept on moving that train, moving that train, moving that train. And so yeah, it garnered a lot of stars. It garnered a lot of stars from, I mean, again, that show was iconic. But outside the Cosby Show, Bill Cosby was a legendary comedian. He hosted programs. He funded education out the wazoo. I mean, he was Black excellence. Okay, he was Black excellence. With his what he created was Black excellence and still is Black excellence. Now, obviously, what he had done, it's horrible. It will never go away. That ruined his career, in my opinion, as a individual. Did it ruin his career as the entertainer and all that stuff? I don't think so. A lot of folks still, to this day, will forever watch the Cosby Show. Now I don't know if they're gonna be looking at Bill Cosby stand up, but Cosby Show alone, and it was it was a joke that D.L. Hughley, and I hope I won't ruin it, but he said he said Dr. Huxtable was America's dad. Bill Cosby is America's uncle. And I was just like, wow, but it's very true. It's very true. But what's your thoughts, y'all? I brought this story up because I wanted to get your thoughts because this was circulating on social media. And my question to you all is, can you separate the creator from the creation? Or should we separate the creator from the creation? Can you separate the two? What's your take on it? What's your take? Or do you think, due to the horrific act that he did, no, he ruined it? He ruined his career. Now, he probably didn't ruin it for his co-host, right? Felicia Rashad is still that lady. Malcolm Jamal Warner, rest in peace, was that guy. Lisa Bonet is still that individual. Tempest Bledsoe is still that iconic figure. I mean, so many. The list. Raven Symone, hello. Rudy, I'm sorry, I'm blanking on Rudy's real name, but they all became stars outside of doing that show. And again, I finish it off with this, and then we're gonna move on to another story. That show will forever be sitcom royalty. Okay. It will forever be sitcom royalty. It will be TV royalty. It will be Hollywood royalty. Yeah, that's all. I'm gonna leave it at that. So give me your take with that. You can DM me, or you can check it. You can email me by going through our website, www.theagshow.com. And I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your thoughts on it. Let's see how we look on time. We're looking good. All right, so let me fast forward to this. As I mentioned earlier, former Major League Baseball player Daryl Strawberry recently received some great news that he was being pardoned. By yours truly, Donald J. Trump. Daryl Strawberry was that guy. Let's just be honest. I mean, Major League for the Mets. I mean, he was that guy. Phenomenal player, but obviously had his struggles during his career, as well as after retiring from the league. I mean, had his issues with addiction, issues with the law. And anyway, Donald Trump, who is a fan of Daryl Strawberry, who is also a fan of the Mets, again being a New Yorker. Let me see if I can. Hold on, I was trying to find. I had a comment that Daryl Strawberry had made. There we go. If I can, there we go. So I'll read you a statement that Daryl Strawberry made on his Instagram, and then I'll read you this article report about Fox News. Says here that okay, Daryl Strawberry said, "Thank you, President Trump, for my full pardon and finalizing this part of my life, allowing me to be truly free and clean from all of my past." He says here at 4:37 p.m. yesterday. Now this was dated a little further back, but I'm just giving you his quote that he reads. He said, "Yesterday I was home caring for my wife after she recovered from surgery when my phone kept ringing relentlessly. Half asleep, I glanced over and saw a call from Washington, D.C., and I was like curious. I answered, and amazement, my amazement, the lady on the line said, 'Daryl Strawberry, you have a call from President of the United States, Donald Trump.' I put it on speakerphone with my wife nearby, and President Trump spoke warmly about my baseball days in the NYC, praising me as one of the greatest players of the 80s, celebrating the Mets. Then he told me he was granting me full pardon from my past. My wife captured the moment on video, and I was overwhelmed with gratitude. Thank God for setting me free from my past, helping me become a better man, husband, father. This experience has deepened my faith and commitment to working for his kingdom as a true follower of Jesus Christ. This has nothing to do with politics. It's about a man, President Trump, caring deeply for a friend. God used him as a vessel to set me free forever. I'm free. I'm free. I'm so humble. I'm so humble and thankful. So I'll say it like this. I'm happy for Daryl Strawberry. I really am. I don't have anything bad to say about this case, this situation. I already know folks are probably already commented, being like, he gonna throw the brother he gonna throw the brother a bone, and now he doing that for votes and attention, this and that. Listen. Daryl Strawberry has been living with this for a while, and at the end of the day, he's extremely respected from all individuals. To my knowledge, I believe Daryl Strawberry was one of the former professional baseball players that voted, or at least that supported him. I don't know if he publicly endorsed, but he did support Donald Trump for president. Again, he called him a friend. I remember Daryl Strawberry was on the Celebrity Apprentice show back in the day. And so, with all that being said, again, said he had drug, alcohol problems leading to separate suspensions from the MLB. He's a former 8-time All-Star. Let's see. Later in the years, Daryl Strawberry's career was riddled with legal troubles, including an arrest in 1999 as a member of the New York Yankees for soliciting sex from a police officer who was posing as a prostitute. That resulted in a 140-day suspension and 23 months of probation, along with community service. The following year, he tested positive for cocaine, resulting in a suspension from the entire 2000 season, effectively ending his career. He served 11 months in prison from 2002 to 2003 for violating non-drug rules at a treatment center. He also admitted to having sex between innings of his games. I mean, goodness gracious. After the 1994 season, he was charged with tax evasion. He was suspended to begin the 1995 for cocaine and admitting to having a substance abuse problem. Yes. Okay. So it says there he was on Celebrity Apprentice in 2010. Says here, Strawberry and Doc Gooding have notoriously been tied together due to the immense talent while playing for the Mets, while battling drug and alcohol abuse. Strawberry was able to turn his life around much earlier than Gooden, but Gooden appears to have stayed on the right track in recent years. The two appeared together in a last year's National League Championship Series between the Mets and Los Angeles Dodgers, and were the subjects of ESPN's 30 for 30 Doc and Daryl. I actually remember watching that. So again, I mean, all I want to say is congratulations to Daryl Strawberry, because as he mentioned before, this is a fully new chapter for him to say, okay, look, that past is gone. It's time for the future. It's time to move on. And you got to give credit where credit's due. Donald Trump made that pardon. Not Biden, not Barack Obama, but Donald Trump. So for that, I'll give Trump credit. And, again, that, you doing it to an individual who again admitted his struggles, admitted that what he did was very wrong. He did his time. And now he has been on the track for years to try and recover and overcome, and, to advocate for those that lived with addiction. And so, like I said, Daryl Strawberry, congrats on that. What we're going to do, my friends, we are going to take a commercial break, going to take a quick breather. You are listening to the Arrington Gavin Show. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Order our scented beard oils and beard balms to help you maintain and grow the perfect beard. Order today. Try our men's care products like the full body exfoliating cleansing bars, body wash, smooth stash, and more. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. We're your luxury but affordable men's care line. And remember,
rugged is the new smooth.
Hey, Dad, want to go for a walk?
Well, that'll help me get my steps in for the day. Gotta stay healthy and strong.
Bet you're healthier than me.
I'd like to keep it that way. Doc says I need to walk 10,000 steps a day. How long is that?
Don't know. How about you tell me a story instead of counting steps?
I could tell you about the house my father and uncle built for us.
That's a couple of thousand steps right there.
Staying connected keeps you going strong. Learn ways to stay happy, active, and independent at cdc.gov/stillgoingstrong.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show. I'm your guy, Arrington Gavin. Thank you for sticking with us here. So, look, I wanted to share this story here. Shark Tank coach, what would you call him? Coach? Shark Tank judge? Shark Tank investor. There we go. Shark Tank investor, also founder of Fubu, founder CEO of Fubu, Damon John, was recently on TMZ Live, which TMZ is. I've kind of liking this new concept that they've been doing lately, where they either do live interviews and live comment, like they keep it almost like almost like a regular news platform to an extent. I mean, obviously they target more stories that's happening in the world of entertainment, but they speak a little bit of both, right? And so here is Damon John sharing his thoughts on why it's important to have billionaires in our world and not a bad thing. So this is his take on it.
Well, billionaires give away a lot, but I got to think, anybody here, if you were making money and you became, you made 100,000, do you start, when somebody offers you $1 million, do you go, too much money for me and my business? When you get to $1 billion, do you say, no, why don't we stop here? This is the silliest thing I've ever heard. So for all those that give, and billionaires give a lot, many people give $20 or $100 when they can. With the people that unfortunately do not have a home, do you feel bad? Do they go, how dare you have a home and you give money? This is the silliest thing I've ever heard, Harv. What do you think about it?
We have a lot of Gen Z people in our office, and we actually sat down and talked to them about this. And almost to a person, they're down with this. They are thrilled with what's going on in New York. And they think that there's got to be a redistribution of wealth. And they think $1 billion is too much money for anybody to have. And the way they look at it is just wealth disparity. So what do you say?
Well, then why don't we do this? Why don't you tell all those young men and women, go work for the government? Oh, I'm sorry, there's a government shutdown. They'd be getting zero today. First of all, billionaires give away a lot, but, I got to think.
I mean, at the end of the day, Damon John is a businessman. He's a capitalist. He is a person who is, he works in that environment as far as the money hungry industry, and that's not a bad thing personally, because I'm an entrepreneur myself. I'm a business owner myself. I don't have an issue with having billionaires in the world. To me, I'm like this. If you start a business that grows tremendously and you eventually make $1 million, you eventually make 20 million, you eventually make 50 million, you eventually make 100 million, then eventually you might become a billionaire. Why is that a issue? Why is that an issue? Now, look, Damon John is right. There are a large number of billionaires that give. Some of them are not doing it just because, it's a tax write-off to do nonprofit. No, there's actually a lot of them that are passionate about giving. I mean, let's be honest. Bill Gates and his family, they've give hundreds of millions of dollars to education. Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, she's, I believe, has given almost $500 million to HBCUs alone. Oprah Winfrey has given tons of money. Michael Jordan has given back tons of things. Was opened up hospitals, local clinics in his home area in Charlotte. I mean, there's cheerful givers that exist. Okay, this comes off the cusp of Zohran Mamdani, who, again, Democratic Socialist, who has said time and time again how he wants to provide free this, free that in New York City, which I'm not, it's not an issue at all. It's not a problem at all. But he's kind of been looked as, the anti. He's not a fan of billionaires. He's not a fan of the ultra wealth. Harvey Levin, who is the founder of TMZ, had said this. He said he has staffers, and let me try and repeat it here because I pulled up the article right here. Harvey said that he has a Gen Z staff, which Gen Z is what? What's the number? Gen Z is okay, born from 97 all the way to 2012. So their age range between 13 and 28 years old. That is a community of struggling individuals trying to make it, trying to build wealth. They're of course going to complain about the ultra wealth. That's what they're working their way to get there, especially if they live in a city like New York City, which is one of the most expensive, second or most expensive city in the state, in the United States. The other city is Los Angeles. It's the most expensive area to live in. So let me read you this. He said the Gen Z staff is all in on wealth distribution. Who isn't? Who isn't about wealth? Give. But at the end of the day, personally, if I worked my tail off and that garnered me to be a billionaire, of course I'm going to give, but I don't expect people to assume I'm going to give all my money. Like, what do you want? You want to break me down from being a billionaire to worth $50 million? No, I'm going to continue to work so I can maintain that, but also at the same time, give some of that funds. Because look, there's billionaires that they cannot force themselves to go broke if they tried. I mentioned Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos. These guys are folks who will forever be billionaires. I mean, hell, they said Elon Musk is probably on the cusp of being the first trillionaire. Now, when the whole thing, more money, more problems, yes, that does add to stuff, because you have a lot of greed. You have tons and tons of greed. So you do have some billionaires that will buy their way out of things. You do have, and I think that's where he's coming from, right? Look, we all know Congress is a good number of Congress is bought and paid for. Good number of Senate bought and paid for. There are on a local level, state level, federal level, money talks. Okay, money talks. Now, in these recent elections, money took a L because you had, I believe, like a little over 20 billionaires that put in their own money to try and make sure that Zohran Mamdani did not win in New York City. In a city in Virginia Beach, Virginia, in the Hampton Roads area, and I've spoken about it here on the show. Virginia Beach had a voting system debate, trying to change their current system, which is a 10-1 voting system. They were trying to push a 7-3-1. So what do? They hit up all the local millionaires and be like, hey, look, we got to do something about this. We got to do something. And literally, like within the first week or two, they already had garnered like $300,000. In total, they've spent $650,000 on a local race, on a local issue, on a local flipping issue. They spent $650,000. So again, this is more on the line, and what am I trying to say? What is his intention on, the wealth distribution? What is his take on billionaires in general? Like, that's what I'm curious about. But I never finished what Harvey had mentioned. He said his staff is drop something. His staff is all in on the wealth distribution amid the income disparity convo and rooting for Zohran Mamdani's call for change in New York City. Damon's didn't miss a beat. He clapped back, telling them to go work for the government before pointing out those same employees aren't even getting paid right now thanks to the shutdown, though we're not sure how the binary choice proves the point. Says here, you got to catch the clip cause Damon really lets loose, saying no saying no business owner in their right mind would ever turn down millions of dollars of income for their company. And I'm talking to you as a business owner. He's right. He is right. I not only do I my see, here's the thing, and it's not just about the money for me. Obviously, money would truly help because in order to keep the lights running, in order to feed my family, in order to keep clothes on our backs, a roof over our head, you have to work, right? But success sometimes is not always about the wealth, but the wealth truly helps because the amount of money that you invest in starting a business or creating a business, you want to have that. You want to make profit. You want to have the return investment, right? Right? Or maneuver. The question I want to leave you all with this one is for those who are business owner, whether that's a full-time or a side hustle business, if you make millions of dollars or 100 million and you continue to get, are you gonna be upset that you're making that much? I don't think so. At the end of the day, money is everything on both sides of the aisle. I truly believe I think that you have capitalists in both sides. Well, you do. That's clear. That's a fact. Um, he says all those loud critics would go radio silent the second they hit billionaire status themselves. I mean, Damon John is speaking. He's speaking facts. I'm sorry, I can't refuse that. I can't refuse that. It's easier said than done. Basically, he's saying they talking all that mess until that $1 billion check hits their hand. Until that $1 billion check hits their hand, will they be saying the same tune? Will they be singing the same tune? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Looking at my time here, I want to share this last story because we're in the we're still in the kind of talking about Zoran Mamdani's big win and and the reaction that has been brought, and that's the reaction after the big win for Zoran Mamdani. New York billionaire John Catsimatidis, he's a supermarket billionaire, by the way. John Catsimatidis. So what can I say about him? He is the owner of WABC, which is a popular conservative talk radio station in New York City. In addition to that, he started a supermarket chain out of New York, has a variety of supermarkets. I'm trying to see if they have the name. Let me see here if I can give you a small small quick brief background. Okay, talk radio host, I already mentioned that. He is the owner, president, chairman, and CEO of the grocery chains is that Grassetti's and and D'Agostino's supermarkets in Manhattan, as well as the Red Apple Group, a real estate and aviation company with about $2 billion in holdings in New York City, in New York, Florida, and Pennsylvania. He's also the chairman and CEO of the Red Apple Group subsidiary, United Refining Company. Very popular guy. Let's just say this. Was a Democrat until 2009, and then became a Republican in 2009 and has been a Republican ever since, and a staunch Trump supporter. I enjoy watching and listening to his content, might I say. He's interesting. He has interesting takes, but he is threatened to leave New York. Let me see if this will pull up for me. he is threatened to leave New York City because of the Zohran Mamdani win. He's saying he wants to shut down his workforce and move to Florida. It says here that the Big Apple billionaire John Catsimatidis plans to move, this is reported by Forbes.com, to move his business to New Jersey if Zohran Mamdani was elected mayor. Now he's redistricting. Now here it says New Jersey. Forbes article, I believe, had shared that he was to Florida too, so it might be those are his options. New Jersey supermarket billionaire went nuclear in June when Zohran Mamdani, who had proposed opening a cheap city-run grocery store in each of the 5 boroughs, when he won the Democratic primary for mayor. Catsimatidis had a press conference. This is how intense he was with this race. He had a press conference where he had former governor of New York, David somebody. Oh Lord, I'm blanking on names today right now. Haven't really had my food yet, y'all, so bear with me. He had him and David Patterson. That's what it is, David Patterson. Along with, he had Democrats, he had Republicans, all speaking why it's an issue to have this man as the next mayor. And so, long story short, John Catsimatidis is like this. If this guy is pushing to have free grocery stores in all 5 boroughs, he's affecting my business, because this is not just going to be for this markets will not just be for the underprivileged. It'll be for all New Yorkers, those that are within the 5 boroughs. That will hurt his bottom line as a business owner of a variety of supermarkets. So understandable. Once again, he brings up hey, well, then I'm gonna have to just move next door, because he has the money to live wherever, right? As I mentioned before here on the show many of times, Florida is the Republican capital of the world at this point. It's the reddest state of the red. It is Trump state, and everybody on the right is moving to Florida. They're pushing all their stuff to either Florida or the Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, or the Texas area. Those are the 3 main states where a lot of them are moving their rebranding, moving all their stuff to those areas. But at the end of the day, I think this is it's interesting. I say it like this. Let's see what Zohran does. Let's see what Zohran does, because he hasn't been elected yet. He will soon be elected after the end of this year, but he hasn't been in office yet. Here's my take. I've seen politicians do exactly what they said they were going to do, and I've seen politicians kind of half-step some of the stuff once they hold the position. So Zohran, I don't think he would do that because of the amount of support he's received and everybody that backed him. And it's like they're going to keep his foot, to the fire. They're going to. If he tries to renege on them, that's the end of Zohran. So we will see. Is this is it going to hurt New York City? Are all the billionaires going to move and go to Texas or go to to a red state? That's going to be a curious. I'm curious about that. I'm very curious about that, due to the number of billionaires that had bought and paid for ads or ways to make sure he does not win. Right? Make sure he does not win. So it'll be interesting, y'all. It'll be interesting. But as always, thank you so much again for staying. Be sure to tune in to the Arrington Gavin Show weeknights, available on all digital and streaming platforms. Y'all, peace and blessings. I'll talk to y'all soon. That's all I got for you. I'm out.
That's it for tonight on the Arrington Gavin Show. Thanks for tapping in and keeping the conversation alive. Don't forget, stay connected with us on all platforms. Follow at Arrington Gavin on Instagram, Blue Sky, and X, and subscribe to the official Substack for exclusive takes and deep dives you won't get anywhere else. We're here every weeknight, same time, same energy, same real talk. Until next time, stay bold, stay sharp, and stay true. That's what we do on the Arrington Gavin Show. Peace.